Happy Tube Tuesday, everybody. This is Moon Pies again. This week's lesson is going to be on how minors can make money on YouTube. I've been promising this lesson for a long time. Obviously, a lot of you are under 18, and as far as YouTube goes, you can be 13 to start a channel on YouTube, but you can't be less than 18. You have to wait till you're 18 to actually monetize it through the YouTube Partnership Program. And the same wall, that same discrepancy, that same wall, you'll run against the Amazon Associates Affiliate Program, CommissionJunction.com, all the other affiliate marketing programs and stuff like that. Because unfortunately, in the United States, the age of contractual consent is 18. And this means that even though you can get a job at McDonald's, whether you're 14, 15, or 16, depending on where you live, you really can't do a contractual thing with an internet company until you're 18. And that puts everybody in a pickle. And I realized this last week when I had the video lesson was on interactive engagement, and I set up the Words with Friends thing, and the first 3 people who came up to play were 13, 14, and 15. So I realized that there's a lot of you out there, frustrated teens, in that you can't make money through your YouTube videos. Unfortunately, the news isn't good. At least not on the surface, but it will get better once we get to the end of this video. At least I'll close this on an inspirational note. The only way to legally do it is to have a parent or a guardian sort of co-sign on your account. Take on the account. It'll be under their social security number or insurance number or whatever different countries have different things. In the United States, we call it the social security number, the 9-digit tax ID number. And the problem with doing it under their tax ID account, of course, is that they're liable for any taxes on money you generate. And while there are certain, thresholds, like under $3,000, you don't get taxed under certain circumstances. I'm not a tax attorney, though I did study my share of business law back in the day. But as far as tax codes and stuff go, if your parent is willing to, if you talk your parent into, hey, can you be my YouTube account, the partnership to sign in for the Google AdSense program, to be part of the YouTube Partnership Program, if they say yes, they're taking on this responsibility that they're going to have to, any income that you make off YouTube is going to come to them, and they're also going to get the tax liability. So if they get, let's say you make $1,000 in any given year, it's going to show up under their tax liability, and in that case, let's say they're at a 35% tax bracket. That means that even though they're getting $1,000 from YouTube that you generated, they have to pay $350, by April of next year to the IRS to pay for taxes. So even though you make $1,000, you should really tell your parent, hey, look, I understand that whatever tax thing you have to do, give me what's left, so you would get $650 instead of $1,000 in that hypothetical year. So if parents are willing to do the extra paperwork for the kids, it's a great way for parents to, get that kind of, enthusiasm, the entrepreneurial spirit kicking up in their children. But also if the parent or legal guardian tells you no, understand it's not easy. A lot of people are scared to do their taxes. They don't want to get audited by the IRS. And these little things, they may seem to take a red flag, even though it really isn't, because it's just one form coming in on how much money you've made, and they have to pay the taxes on that. So don't be upset if they don't. It happens. I tried to look for programs, affiliate programs, that do take people under 18. They really don't. The only type of programs that are out there are like Lockers, and that's Lockers with a Z at the end, LOCKERZ.com at the end. It got bought by Liberty Media, which is a real big company. And the program basically is that you take surveys and you recruit people and you do all that. And if they sign up, enough people sign up, you get enough points that you can redeem for prizes. Now, I'm not a fan of these sites. They're basically glorified MLM, which is multi-level marketing, something that I know a lot of people do on YouTube, but it's a whole lot of hassle. You basically have to network your way to make any kind of serious money. It works for some people, but it takes a lot of time. But what you can do is, in a nutshell, if you do Lockers with a Z, LOCKERZ.com, and you sign up through there and you can get traffic through there, at the end of your videos, when you're filing out your description, just put a link to your Lockers.com page. You can do that. And this is what I suggest you do, the approach that I think you should take. If you're under 18, if you're 16, if you're 14, look at this as let's say you're about to open an amusement park when you turn 18. You've been given this raw land here, and they say, hey, this is yours, build it, and when it's 18, we're going to open up this park, and all the money you make is yours. So instead of looking at the next few years as if you're wasting your time because you can't join the partnership program if you don't get parents or a legal guardian or an older partner to sign up with you, you do have the ability to build your audience. You can make as great videos as great as you can. You can set up a blog, as I've told people many times before. Go to blogger.com, set a blog page so you can generate traffic, push traffic to your blog, push traffic from the blog to your YouTube video, back and forth. Just, regenerate your traffic that way. And by doing this, the person that's 14 and is going to have to go through 4 years without being part of the YouTube Partnership Program is going to have 4 more years, double the time that someone who's 16 now. So look at it as this whole amusement park analogy where you have this barren land. You have all this time to build these great rides, these great attractions, all this entertainment that you could put in there so that by the time you turn 18, and instead of just, fiddling your thumbs or playing Xbox, nothing wrong against Xbox, go for it. Just, for money-making purposes outside of that, you have this ability to create as big a subscriber base, as big a viewership base, as large as regular traffic as possible between now and when you turn 18 and you can legally join Google AdSense and therefore YouTube. Why would you not do that? Why would you not want to take this opportunity? Those of us who didn't have the internet in its present sense when we were young, you have this opportunity to not only have years of building up an audience on this incredible site YouTube where everybody around the world is one click away from your video, but you have the ability to build that. And I'm sure you have more subscribers now than you had 2 months ago. Imagine what you're going to have 2 years from now. So look at this as sort of like a minor club, sort of being in school until you graduate kind of thing, getting ready for the real world. Just put in the time and the effort that you have available to make your videos as expressive and as powerful as possible and as far-reaching as possible. And I think it's going to pay off great when you turn 18. And of course, there's other ways, as I've discussed in the past. You can always contact, if you have the gift of gab, if you're good, with your pitches, you can actually approach area merchants or even online people who do specialty things. Depending on what you do, if you're a talented musician, you can contact local record stores, musical gear stores rather, not record stores. That probably wouldn't be too good. To offer to promote in case, and they don't even have to pay you money. You can always ask for gear or something like that. Remember, you have hundreds, thousands, if not tens of thousands of video views on your channel, and that's valuable to somebody. And you may not be old enough to actually cash in on it the traditional way, but there's nothing from you to stopping contacting other people either through email, through the internet, or going door to door through different companies that you think may want to get some kind of mention and recognition on your video or even on your profile page. YouTube is pretty particular about product placements and stuff like that. Obviously, you see them happen all the time, but you do have to be very careful how you do it. Please check the YouTube community regulations, the rules and regulations, because they change every few months. You don't want to do something that'll get you booted from the channel for overtly commercializing by helping out a sponsor. But these opportunities are out there. So I'm sorry the news isn't good. I wish it was better, but I can tell you that you have this time that I certainly didn't have, and most people on the internet didn't have, years to build up an audience on this world's largest video sharing website, and to make it so that when you turn 18 you just flip that switch, and instead of someone starting from scratch and getting nickels, pennies, quarters, you'll be making dollars, tens of dollars, hundreds of dollars a day just because you've already built the audience. So keep at it, hang in there, and I'll be back next week to talk about annotations on the next edition of Tube Tuesday. Again, this is Moon Pies, and I'm still brought to you by netstories.com, because why wouldn't I, even if the series is now Tube Tuesday. See ya.